This is not a 5-star cat. Today's episode is meant to slander a cat from Khania on the island of Crete, a Greek cat, a cat named Manolios. A cat that, due to his little mustache, reminds me of one of history's most memorable monsters. You know who I'm talking about. Disgusting. But beyond that facial faux pas, I think we can all agree that my man Manolios is actually a pretty adorable little guy. He's pretty much everything you'd ever expect from a 5-star cat. And yet I'm here to inform you today that Manolios is anything but. And I can prove that because he has his own Google review, where he's currently sitting at an unacceptable 4.8 out of 5 stars. The automatic translate button tells me that his perfect score was tarnished by a tourist from Romania who thought he acted, quote, depressiva. Perhaps the fame went to his head. Perhaps it's just an odd thing to leave on a Google review of a street cat, but left it was, and now, like some Uber driver kicking out a drunk girl for vomiting, Manolios' rating will forever live with the stain of her digital disapproval. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I want you to save Manolios from this injustice, to return him to his perfect 5 stars. And you are wrong. I want you to crush him, because I too have been scorned by Manolios. Let me explain. My wife, a loving woman, has recently realized she also loves cats. It's the fault of us getting a cat, probably. This cat, look at him. It's pretty obvious why. But ever since realizing that she likes cats, she's been, if you can pardon the pun, a bit on the prowl. And while looking for Minoan architecture on Google Maps, she'd come across, you guessed it, our boy Manolios. And being in the same room as me for weeks at a time, she'd made it quite clear that our marriage's happiness relied on me finding Manolios. But here's the thing, I couldn't find Manolios. I blame Google. It told me he'd be here, but here is always wet, and what cat stays somewhere that's always wet? Clearly not Manolios. So after walking around for a full week attempting to find him and failing, I started to feel a bit like that Romanian woman. But now, with the power of YouTube behind me, I can solve this injustice, because the core of this episode is really that online popularity is stupid. It doesn't represent reality. This isn't a meritocracy. The more you travel, the more you realize that the highest rated restaurant in most towns is a Subway. It's not because it's delicious, it's because it tastes like Subway. You know what you're going to get in advance, and then you get it. For the most part, that's all that 5-star means. Manolios isn't some particularly unique cat, which I think is made pretty clear by the fact that half of the reviews of him online are of some other cat that just happens to look like him. Khania is covered in strays exactly like him, thousands of them. And although they get fed here or there, it would be safe to say that they all struggle compared to the king, because cute or ugly, friendly or mean, they simply cannot compete with Manolios. They can't compete with that review. Once people learned his name, he's a celebrity. But that said, don't hate the player, hate the fame. I'm not here to harm some sweet little cat with his 4.8 stars. I just want to beat him at it, to show it's ridiculous. And so this is Naomi. She is a 5-star cat. Let me lay it out for you. First of all, she looks like my cat. I shouldn't have to say more, but I will. Naomi here seems to have developed a symbiosis with a convenience store, this convenience store, which I think you'll admit is a pretty high-skill move for a cat. And why this store, you might ask? Well, because it sells cat food at street level, I might answer. And so anytime someone stops to look at that food, Naomi can charm them, and then they buy her a snack. Tell me that's not genius. But the most important thing to her being a 5-star cat is that she's always where she's supposed to be. She's a grocery store cat. She's always right here. If she isn't here, she's right over there, sitting on that car. And sometimes that car's not there, and then she's over here. But the point is that she would never lie to Google Maps like that rat Manolios did. At 6 p.m., she's gonna be here somewhere. She's a 5-star cat. With Naomi, you know what you're gonna get. And that's not just my opinion, but now it's also technically true, socially true, thanks to this Google review done by me. But I suppose all jokes aside, the point of today's story is that celebrity is stupid. It's all made up. None of us are any more special than anyone else. We're all just little cats trying to get our treats. But stupid as we know it to be in our hearts, we are a social creature. And knowing you're human doesn't stop human nature. We are all affected by reviews. It's a stupid world. But in my opinion, the best thing you can ever hope for in a stupid world is to be stupid alongside it. Have fun with it, because celebrity is nothing more than the names we learn, and the spotlight has never become more erratic and meaningless. After a certain point, you just have to stop searching for those dots and start making some of your own. And so, while there might be thousands just like her in this town, this is a 5-star cat. Right, Naomi? Yeah, meow, meow. This is Rare Earth.